Good evening and welcome to Sunday night on DWIT 3D. Thank you guys. I started a little bit late tonight because I had a few things to set up and go. So I see there are some people in chat already, and it looks like Jose says you're second, but I didn't see who was first. So that's okay because you're the first comment up there. So hello, Jose. 3D Medic Vince is here. Then you lose your spot, and now I'm second. Hey. Fair's fair, right? If you step out of line. Cliff D, Brent Ferguson, Joseph Jolly, and 3D Experiments, Non-Fam, Guy the Jedi. Hello, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So, yes, it is a Voron stream, sponsored by Bamboo. No, anyways, no, I just I wanted to give you something to watch while the 5-minute countdown was going, and I thought, what the heck? Let's give you something interesting to look at. So there we go. Yes. So thank you, everybody who's here and for being here. Oh, this chat is small on this other screen now. Wow. Oh, can I make it bigger? Is that what that does? No. Oh, yeah, 80, 85. Ah, there we go. I can reset it so I can actually see it on that screen now. Cool. So when we last left off, I was in a little bit of a kerfuffle But I did a few things off camera, just because they were the boring things. So what I did off camera was we got the Z-axis ready. Okay, so we have the Z-axis ready. We have the spacing and everything is all done. Our rails are lined up. Um, I did this based on the Voron 0.2 instructions, but of course we're doing the box 0. So we have the extrusions going all the way up on this one. And I've got the two, I believe these are the y-axes, axes. I got these already and in position. Are these the y, or are these are the, no, these are the other y-axes, the axes, plural. And then this is the z-axis, the other two z-axes, which actually will go around this way, but I do not want to drop my, I don't want to drop my balls on these. So this is actually the other z-axes that are going here. So that's kind of where I got to as far as the build goes. Now, I've decided I'm going to start looking at the, here, let me go ahead and switch over here so we are on the same page. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the CAD drawing of this thing to continue. So if we go ahead and open this, so here's the CAD drawing to the 0. This is for the Tri-Zero, okay? And if we look inside, so basically, we've got these two extra Z rails done. Okay, so we have the bottom one here and this one here. The only thing I haven't been able to figure out, and then again, as I say, sorry, up here we've got the Y rails ready, that one, and then we got the Z on the back ready. Now, my next step, I'm going to assume in that case is I'm going to get the motors mounted down here, and in the back we'll get the 3 Z motors mounted. Okay, then we'll work up here, up in this area here, as far as getting the bed mount going, because then one of the things we got to definitely do is be mounting the bed, and the bed, of course, is going to be floating on the rails with the belts for the 3Z belts. I don't know now. These, to me, when I look at the belts in these images, so if we zoom in up here, we have a belt. We have one of the Z belts here, and then if we go down below, whoops. If we go down even further to the bottom of this, we have the other Z belt here. Now these look to me like closed loop belts. And I don't have closed loop belts for these. So I'm going to I have to assume that somewhere there's a place to tighten these. I don't know, because even the belt that came in the kit is an open end belt versus a closed loop belt for these. But this image here makes all 3 Z belts. See, we have one there. That's got a little bit of a flaw in it because it shows the belt going through the toothed idler. But all 3 belts in this CAD drawing make it look like they are closed loop belts. So, but I don't think they're supposed to be, and I hope not, because I don't have any closed loop belts. And if that's the case, where do I get the? How do I know what length? Okay, I got to pause for one moment. Let me just put my desk cam on so we can see our little guest. Say hi.
Hi.
Tell them what to do.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
There you go. What do you got? Is that for me?
No.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, this is just me and Mom's food.
Oh, you're in Mom's food. Oh, nice. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, I got to show that off later, but yeah. Okay. See you later. Thanks for not bringing me food. No, I'm kidding. So, so yeah, that's another one of the, if you want to call it a conundrums that I have to figure out is, do I need closed loop belts? I don't know. The upgrade kit came with an open end belt, so not sure. But for now, I'm going to work on getting the Z motor mounts on the bottom of this. But I think what I need to do is sort of finish assembling this portion of the frame. So we have the front of the frame built, we have the back of the frame built. Now we just got to put the Y-axes on and these 2 bottom supports on the frame, and we can go from there. And it looks like I'm just going to wing it from here. So there we go. There we go. So let's see. I'm just going to quickly switch back over here, see if there's any more chat going on that I need to address. And it looks like not. We have 14 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody who's here, and welcome. Okay, so I'm going to probably, I wonder if quad view, why did my quad view, my quad view is not working. It's supposed to be 4 cameras there. So I guess I'll just go to the overhead and we'll start working on the overhead from here. Here we go. And I'm just going to zoom in on this a little bit. So I'm assuming the audio is fine because nobody has complained about not being able to hear me. So we'll zoom in a bit. We'll move that down just a little bit like that so we have access to both these frames. There we go. Okay. So I just pulled out some of the parts I think I'm hopefully going to need and use on tonight's build. Probably a little bit, you know. So technically now, if we were going by just the 0.1 manual, and I'll show you that, if we were going by just the 0.1 manual, and I'll pop that up on the screen here because I've got the manual open. So I have made it to this point in the manual right there. We got the Z-axis all done. We got the Y extrusions made, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to sneeze, so bear with me. Excuse me. Hopefully I covered my mic enough for that. Okay. But we're at this point right now where we have the Z frame, the frame for the Z-axis all made. Of course, if we have the, it's extending up above because we're doing the box 0. Now it tells me to, it starts getting us to build some components for the bed, but we're not using the traditional bed. So that's where I am diverting from. And if we go beyond the traditional, our bed is not going on this way at all. And so we are skipping right by this entire bed section here. And we are going to just continue building the frame as it is. So we're going to basically skip that whole section there and then possibly look at getting into this next section. But I've got to combine this next section here because this is showing the 2 Y-axes bars and the bottom bars, which are going to connect the front with the balance of the Z-axes on here. And this is going to entail inserting a whole bunch of nuts. So as they say, a nut check here, right? So I need to kind of combine this image here with this here and sort of do these both at the same time, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're going to work on. Okay, so let's go to this screen here. Let's go to my overhead. Hey, Guy the Jedi. Did I say hi already? Maybe you get 2. 2. Okay, so we'll go to this screen here. Now, let me move my nuts out of the way here. And oh, and Jose, you were right for sure when you said, is that a nut measuring tool? Yeah, and it is. That's the tool that was printing in the preview. Well, not that one. I had just done this one, and I'm doing another one in black with a black base and white writing, because these are super handy things, and that's one of the test files on the A1 Mini there. And man, does it ever do a phenomenal job. Anyways, that's for another video. Okay. I printed a whole bunch of these nut insert things right here, these little guys, 100 and something. You think I remember or can find what I did with them? I've lost a bunch, so I may end up using some white ones instead as well. So, okay. So there's our 2 Ys. Now, according to this, I just want to double check the image here. So we are doing the B extrusions. So it looks like, so if we go to this drawing here, so the bed's not done because we're doing a different kind of bed. So we're going to skip on, and it looks like now we're going to work on the B extrusion, which is the front one, but we haven't done the side extrusions yet. So it looks like we're looking at this from the top. So these are my 2 extrusions coming from the top, bottom, and this is the one we're looking from the bottom. So we want all these nuts on the bottom. The bottom nuts are going to be obviously for the electronics enclosure, etc., or for the skirts. It is pretty in two colors. Yes, so these are going to be nuts for the skirts. Now, again, with the box 0, I know the skirts are going to look a little different too. So, but there's no specific instructions on inserting nuts in the box 0. So if we do miss some nuts, not a big deal. So let's go ahead and look and sort of picture that, piece this together. So this is our Z, like so. Okay, try and hold that up. And for this, we are then going to have, this is the correct one here, like this. Just got to make sure I get the right pieces. And this is just like putting a little puzzle together. So I'm just making sure I have all the right pieces in place. This is going to go like this. Okay, and then we are going to have our front cross rail, which I believe is just a plane, like so, which is going to go in right about there. Okay, and that's the, no, that's the back. This should be, I'm wrong. This is going like this. I am wrong. This is going in the back like this. This is going in the back like this. My little block here is a little narrow. And then this is going in the front. That isn't something, that's definitely not right here. Okay, I've got to rethink this for a minute here. We're looking from the top down. This is my back. And why do these seem too short? Okay. They're the same length as my Ys. So on the top, we're going to have my Ys, which are going here. No, they're going like this. And sticking out the back. That just looks very shallow, but maybe that is right. Maybe that is correct. Okay, so let me, are you going to stay there? And you're going to stay there without falling, right? That's just, yeah, you're not going to fall. Okay, let me just, I have to kind of slow down and picture this for a minute. Okay. So my bottom pieces are all B extrusions. Okay, and that's all I have left is the B's. Okay, so if I'm looking at this from the bottom, sorry, this is just a little confusing to me. Bottom, we have this one plain piece. So here's our bottom. So we want to insert 2 M3 nuts in here. Okay, so we're going to be using these ones I printed, which are a little better. They don't slide around as easy. Okay, so these are the ones here. These are the ones I printed. If you can see them, they've got it's hard to see, but they got a little bit of a lip on the bottom and on the top, which gives them a little bit of grip in the rails. Okay, so when I put them in the rails, they go in nicely, but then I actually have to use the tool or a tool to help assist and slide them in. And then they don't slide, I can't slide them with too easily, but they do slide nicely anyways. Like so. And they I like those so they don't fall out and they're easy to maneuver and position the way you want them. So I found these, I'm not sure, I forget where I found these little gray ones or these little ones with a little nib on them, but they're working just fine. So we want 2 in the bottom. Let's get the bottom rails done first. So 2. Okay, there's the bottom. So I'm just kind of trying. So this is the bottom. This is the bottom on this going up here. And then we have bottom of the back, and then coming out from the bottom, it's going this way. So if I picture this going this way, okay, that seems short. It's just me though, I'm sure. So if we're looking, this is the bottom. This is going this way. So this on this rail here. And where did I put the other one? On this rail here. So these are my two bottom outside rails, and they want 4 on each of these. So we got to put 4 nuts in each of these. I'm going to run out of these. Wish I remembered where I put these things. Yeah. I don't blame you if you have better things to do and get bored watching me insert these nuts, but hey, what else are you going to do on a Sunday night? 1. What else is a person to do? Hey, Nick. I just hope I'm doing this right. We'll find out. I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm okay with this. 2. I may take a moment or two to go see if I can find these gray inserts I printed, because I really like them better than the white ones I took out. But if I have to use some white ones, not a big deal. These gray ones are for square nuts. And one more. 4. Nuts. Yes, exactly. And then 4 in here. 1. Just grab the nuts while I'm got my hands in the nut drawer. 2, 3, and 4. If you ever built a Zero, this is the tedious part, getting all your nuts in place. Okay, that's my last little gray nut insert. I'm going to have I put them in a bag somewhere. Don't ask me how I can lose a bag of nut inserts in a week. But let me have a quick peek here. And my bags of parts here. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Where did I put those, guys? Oh, maybe they're over here. Hang on. Maybe they are. There they are. I found them. Okay. I knew I put them in a bag. They're in here. They're in here with some of my other accent parts. There, let me just grab a handful. There we go. There's a bunch of them there. Okay, good. I didn't want to have to use the white ones. And the 4th one for here. Okay, that's the side ones. Okay, so we got the side ones done. We got the bottom ones done. Okay. Now, I should be able to go ahead. Something's not making sense here. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, I see where we're going. Okay, I've got to back up in the manual here for a second. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Okay, so we got the, so there's the bottom. And if we're looking at it from the bottom, we have the extensions that are going okay, so there's something is out of whack here. Okay. I'm missing something here. Bear with me, guys, for a second. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up just a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I have to take these outer frames off for a minute. I kind of screwed up a little bit. I see what I did wrong. I put the back, the rear X, the rear Z extrusion on the wrong. Oh, they were just there. Oh, they were just meant to be temporary. Okay, I get it. Or were they? Hang on a minute. Yeah, they were. Okay, that's because I skipped the bed section. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's what confused me. That's what confused me. Is I need to remove the uprights. No. I did it right. But after this stage here, you have to remove these uprights in order to mount this properly. These uprights were in place to get all of this square and in position. But now I got to remove these two outer uprights. And that's the, I'll show you. That's because I skipped by the bed section total right there. See, we leave the screws in place, but we're removing those outer uprights because the outer uprights are going to go onto a different piece. But you're supposed to remove the outer uprights after you get the bed built, but we're not building the bed right now because we're doing the Tri-Zero. See where the confusion comes in? See how easy I am to confuse? Hey, did I see Tripod? Hey, Tripod, how are you, sir? Good to see you, John. Appreciate you dropping in. Okay, so we got to remove, whoops, I just dropped a piece. That's okay, not a big deal. So we got to remove these uprights now that we got everything squared in there. So we just loosen these screws. Okay, and we're going to remove, these are our big, massive uprights for the box, and then we're going to remove them. Okay. I had to stop and think for a minute, and I'm thinking I got these things screwed into the wrong place in the uprights, and that's because they don't stay there permanently. They're just there. That's just there for positioning and squaring. There we go. So that's what we're after. So this piece is already in built and squared and solided up and stuff. There we go. That's where I was being confused. That's where I was getting confused. Okay, so now they go in. Okay, that makes sense now. That was the top. So there's my tops. Or is these the bottom? Sorry. Top, bottom. No, I believe this is the top here. I believe this was the top. Yeah, now mix up my top and bottom, you goof here. Yes. Now this goes, where's my Y's? There we go. So my Y's, aha, that's where we're going, is there. My Y's now mount onto here like this. That makes perfect sense. So let's go ahead and snug up this for now. If I can access my nut. There it is. So we'll just snug that a bit for now. And then my other Y, is going on here, like so. There's where, there, now I got it right. See? Sometimes it takes a second for the brain to kick into gear. Okay, so that's going like that. Let's make sure we don't need any inserts on that. So we were looking from the top. Okay, so we need 3 M3 nuts on the Y and 3 M3 nuts. So we need 3 M3, say that 5 times fast. We need 3 M3 nuts on the top of these Ys. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some more nuts prepped here. Hopefully I have enough square nuts. I think I got more square nuts in my nut box. You guys are going to have fun with me tonight. 1, 2, there's another one, 3. Oh, I got lots of square nuts. I'm just going to pull all my square nuts out. We're going to need to insert quite a few of them. Maybe I just like saying square nuts. Just try it. Try it with me. Everybody say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Square nuts. Square nuts. Oh. Bottoms are lower. Bottoms are lower. Yeah. Oh, another square nut here. I'm just trying to find all my nuts. They're all kind of mixed up. Nuts are usually oval. These are square. No, it's not oval. It's actually, I think it's called a pentagon. Pentagon? Hexagon? I've never seen an oval nut, to be honest. I think I got most of my square nuts. There's one here. And there's one here. I know I used a mixture of square and hexagon nuts on my original build, but I just think the square nuts, I think they stay in place easier, and in all honesty, it's more fun to say square nuts. So, okay. And there we go. Now we have a good collection of square nuts here. Okay. So we need 3 in each of these in the Ys. Bottoms are lower. Yes, good. Thank you. I'm wondering what you were saying, and that's exactly what you were saying to me. Okay, so we're gonna 1. Just have a feel. Oh, you guys. Okay, there's 1 nut. Now let's go ahead and switch to this side left view because it'll be I'll zoom in for you here so you can see what I'm doing. Hi. And if I just gotta go like, there you go. Now you don't need to see my face, but now you can see me inserting my nuts. Almost 1 a.m. here, so buon night. Okay, Jose, thank you very much. I always appreciate you coming on. I really ought to do an early stream one weekend or something just for you, because you're so loyal and dedicated to watching my channel. I appreciate it. Hex nuts, but there's always room for cashews in the box. Okay, Russ. I will go with that. Okay, there's 3 there. And 3 here. And we'll do the bottom here. I still don't get the joke. You know what? It's Sunday night. It's been a long weekend. I had a real busy week. I probably don't some jokes go over my head. Take care, Jose. Okay, 3. Okay, so we have 3 in there, 3 in the Ys, and then it looks like I need nothing in the back and 2 M3 nuts on the top rail. So we're going to have a generic top. So let's see. So these are the Ys. This is the top. We need 2 M3 nuts in this one. Okay, I've got to take one of these off and put 2 M3 nuts here. And the front one doesn't look like it gets any. Doesn't look like it gets any. No, they're not mentioning anything on the front. Okay, not a problem. So all we got to do is just loosen off one of these Ys. There we go. We'll slide this off. And we'll put two of them in here. You just mowed and dethatched. Nice. I've got to mow my lawn. We've been getting too much rain and the lawn hasn't had a chance to dry out yet, but it's a jungle. Hey, James L. It's a jungle. But it's green. Our grass is greener this year already than it was all last summer. And considering that there's been threats of a drought this year, we've had a good amount of rain for May. June is usually our real rainy month. So, okay, and one more here. Uno mas. There we go. And we can put this Y back on. Okay. So that takes care of our top nuts. Okay. So let's just, there we go. That takes care of our top. Now, that's the top, and then we have another piece that's going to go in here. So I need to grab I sorted all the M3 screws. I sorted out all my M3 screws from all the tiny, tiny parts, just so I wouldn't have to hunt so much for screws this time. So here's my little blue. Oh no, it's not that one I need. I had the right one out. Over wildfire smoke. We've had one day of smoke, one smoky wildfire smoke day here. We've been pretty fortunate so far, although there are a lot of wildfires going on up northern Alberta. Okay. So I need to remove these stops I put in for the come on. For the rails. Put them in temporarily so that I didn't lose my rails. Didn't lose my little balls. So move them down. Okay, they can come out. And then this guy can go in. These seem to, I don't think that's supposed to stick out like that. Maybe I've got these rails, but I measured. No, those rails are right. Is that supposed to stick out like that? Probably not. I could lower those rails that hair. I guess I've got these rails a little too high because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to sit flush on the top here. Let me just double check. Because, yeah, that is going to be the top. Yeah, that should be sitting in there better. Definitely. Okay. I'm just going to pick back over to this camera here. I'm just trying to make head and tail. So what's happening, as you can see, is that I put the front rail in here off the Ys, and they're sticking out. So I'm guessing that even though I measured the proper distance for the Ys here, for the linear rails, I think they can go down a bit more, because I'm positive that these things, being the front, these things should be flush on the corner there. They're going to have to be, because we have to then put, this one's going to have to come on here, and I'm pretty sure we don't want that gap there. Okay, I just want to double check, but I'm pretty sure I have to lower those linear rails a hair. Actually, I can look on my other printer and just see. Oh, there's nothing. What am I doing? Okay. It's because there's nothing going on those. Hold on a minute. It's because we don't put a rail there. That's why. Well, then what am I looking at if we don't put a rail? Oh, that's the bottom one. Oh, gosh. Confused the crap out of me much. Well, that's my print done. We don't put a rail there. That's why. Doesn't have a cross between the Y rails and that part of the Tri-Zero. Exactly. Ballistic Tech, I just realized that. I was looking at this drawing here from the top down view. Okay. And then I saw this piece here, right here. And I thought, oh, that's the top one, but that's not. That stays the where it is. So I could have left those. Yeah. So what I should have done is I really should leave these end stops that I put on here in there. So yeah. Okay. I kind of knew what I was doing, but then I thought I didn't know what I was doing. So I got to go back to doing what I know I was doing. Oh, okay. The underbrush is going to be nasty. Yeah. Figured it out in the end. Yeah. Fortunately, I have another Voron Zero over there I can look at for reference if I need to, but it didn't make any sense. And yeah, the diagram confused me. Not hard to do. Okay, we're going to put you back in there. And we're going to put the other one back in. Put them back in where they go. Okay. And then we'll get the bottom one put together, and we'll have a frame built here shortly. Okay, let's put you guys back in place. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's why those didn't come off. So there's the top. Here we're looking at the bottom. Okay, you guys can come off of there now. We're not needing to hold you on, and we don't need to hold you on. Okay, so here's the bottom. So now, and our bottom ones are right here. And we had 4 M3 nuts on the bottom. So this bottom one goes on, whoa, like so. I know I'm making a lot of noise. Okay, that's the one bottom. you know, make sure you put the nuts up the right way. There we go. And the other bottom piece has 4. That one goes on this way. There we go. Then we'll square all this up in a bit here. There we go. Come on. That's that bottom one there, that bottom one there. And then 4, 4, 2M3 nuts. Okay, there we did it again. But glad I checked. I need 2M3 nuts inside here. Better to notice it now than when I get the frame all put together. Nasty fire problem. Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of fires. Definitely, because we're not getting as much. It depends. A big thing here is going to be what kind of rains June brings to Alberta, northern and southern Alberta. Yeah, I agree. CAD is good, but you got to have it rotated the right way, et cetera, et cetera. This part's not a big deal because this is just the basic 02 frame. Okay, there we go. So we can put this, oh, wrong piece, this piece. We can put this piece back in. Okay. Okay, so we got those in. Those are upright. So now we're facing on our back here. Let me just snug this one up here a little bit. Okay. There we are. Okay. So we're looking at the bottom, and the last piece go on the bottom. We need 4 nuts in. And it is a plain piece. So I got to put 4M3 nuts in here. Here, I'll just give you this. And this piece here, which is going to go on the bottom on this. Oh, wow. That screw measuring tool that I just finished printing looks great with black and white. Whew. Nice and sharp. I'll show you that after. For anybody that's still on. I'll give you a quick view. It looks really cool. That looks really sharp with black and white on there. We're going to be doing a video in the next week or two talking about the Bamboo A1 Mini. My thoughts on it compared to my other mini printers, which I have 3 mini printers basically sitting here. We'll be doing a comparison discussion on pluses and minuses. Okay, so there's the 4. And they're going to be showing straight through as like so. Okay, that something didn't work out here. Hang on a second here. Oh man, did I use the wrong pieces? No. So how can that be? Okay, let's just see. Okay, there's our top. There's our bottoms. I am missing some holes. Let me think. I am missing holes. A1, eh? This is going to be, I'm not using the wrong pieces on any of these. But this is going to be a problem. Let me just double check. So what I'm getting at here is, here's our bottom piece, which basically goes in here like so, but there's no holes to access the screws on these sides. I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't put a wrong piece on somewhere, because I have been known to do that before. So let's just see. Those ones are good. Let's just see. Those are the right pieces. Those are the right pieces. No, I do not want to have to drill holes in these things, but and tap them, or drill holes. I don't have to tap, but I don't want to have to drill holes. But if I'm forced to, so we have no cross. There's no crossbar going on this top axis, which is fine. Okay, but I'm either missing some extrusions, or I'm missing holes. Or, hang on, let me just make sure. There is an extrusion going on that bottom part, I'm pretty sure. Let's just double check this one. Yes, there is. Now, if I look at the old extrusions, let's just go grab the other ones. Now, unless, oh, hang on. Now, this may be where the box 0 differs. Let's just see. Bottom front gets connected to the verticals. Okay. So the verticals are going on. Okay, I see what you're saying. And the bottom front gets connected to these verticals. Okay, that's because I don't have my verticals on yet. Okay. Okay. Phew. See how easy I get. See how easily confused I get. Thanks, Ballistic. Okay. So we're doing a frame nut check now. So I'm on this screen here. We've got all our top. So there's our top view. We have all the nuts in the top. So let's do a check here. We have 3 and 3. And then we have 2 nuts in the back here. Okay. Let's just slide this one over a bit. Okay. Okay. And then that's the top. Now, if we go to the bottom, we have 4, 4, and then 2 in the back. And we don't have to worry about the bottom piece yet because it's got nothing going on it. Okay. So far, nut check complete. So now we're looking at the left and the right side of the frame. We need 3M3 nuts. Okay, so we need 3M3 nuts in the bottom left and the bottom right. Okay, so that is, so we need 3 in here and 3 over here. This is the bottom. So let's get those in. 3 and 3. That's why you're here to help. Exactly. I mean, yes, eventually I would figure it out, but likely I would put it together, have to take it all apart again, put it together, have to take it all apart again. I might have even oh man, let's drill these, and didn't have to, and then realize it. But I like the fact that you guys are here to help as well. 2 and 3 on each side. I'm going to make sure these are good and tight because I've been moving this around a little bit. Oh yeah, those are snug. I do not want these to move position. Those positions are critical on those. And 3 and 3 on the other side. Nut check sounds painful. It can be. If you forget a nut or two, it'll be painful, but yeah. I like these little plastic nut inserts I found. They're perfect. Okay. 2. Oh, hopefully I don't need too many more, although I think I've exhausted all my square nuts from my tray. 3. Okay. 3 on the left. There we go. 3 on the left, 3 on the right on the bottom. Now we're looking at the front. Quoth the raven nevermore. We do have 2. I've already put those 2 inside there. From the back, okay, let's look at this from the back side, which would be, oh, come on. I'm going to break something here for sure. Okay. So the back would be this side. And I should have 3 M3 nuts. So they want 3 here and 3 in here. And then the bottom, and I'm missing a couple. Okay. So this bottom part here should have 1 M3 nut, and I'm missing it. So I got to put 1 M3 nut in this extrusion here. Okay, so let's see. I will volunteer this one to slide off. Okay. And we'll slide 1 M3 nut in here. Because this is looking at it from the back. Oh no, that's the top. That's the top where it's looking to put the nut. Yeah, that's the top. It's the top that needs it, not the bottom. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're going to put you back in the right way. Okay. And then we'll remove one of you guys. So we just need 1 in there. And I have 1 square nut left. Oh, it's at a square. Nothing's tightened yet. We haven't tightened anything yet. It will be square. I'm trying something new. I'm kidding. It will get squared. It is very at a square right now. but my goal right now is to just get all the insert nuts done. Okay. Now we put the verticals on. And then we're going to square it up as we put it all together. Okay. So now is the time. We'll stand it up. We'll get all the screws ready for the verticals. This is the top. Is it not? That should be the top. You're going to confuse me. Yeah, that is the top because this is the linear rails are leaned more towards the bottom, and we have a gap here at the top. Correction sucks. You have the back up. Pretty sure I got that right. We have the bottom here. We have the top. The top has a bigger gap above the linear rails. I'm just looking at the image right here. So this is the top of the frame here. This is the bottom of the frame here. Top of the linear rails are closer to the bottom. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that right. I hope I got that right. I just confused you. Okay. Well, hey, I'm confusing myself too. So don't feel bad. So we got stick some screws in here. These are awful long to go in here. That's what they're asking for, but I guess better long than short because you don't want them pulling out. Okay. Oh, here, let me switch to this guy here. Okay. I confuse a lot of people. Don't worry about that, Tessa. Top has the Y rails. Yes. Yeah, I guess that's the easiest way to look at it too. We have the Y rails up here. Y rails? Why not rails? Yeah, that's bad. Okay. We'll square everything up in a second here. At least that's going to be the goal. So then we have this piece, which has 4 on the bottom. It's going to go there. And then we have our uprights, which are going to be, make sure I get these in right now. This is where the box 0 comes in because these pieces we have an extra set of holes partway up the rails here, and I believe they go above, and I believe they face, which way are they going to face? I'm going to have to double check that to be sure. Oh, I can just look at this one. Because this is actually the front one, yeah. Oh no, this one doesn't have it, it's just the back ones. Okay. So these are the ones for the front because there's my 2 extra Z's on there. And yeah, so those holes are going up facing in. So this is going to slide in here and slide in here. Oops. Can't do it that way. I've got to do it the other way. Let me think for a minute here. Hang on. I don't want these things falling off. So I'm going to just secure my linear rails with the extra clips I printed. There we go. This is where I've got to kind of put it all together. I'm going to stiffen these up a little bit. They're a little floppy right now. Okay. I need two more hands. That's okay. There we go. Okay. So these, actually, if I lean them up a little bit, these are going to go on here. No, it's not. Hang on a minute here. Hang on a minute here. I got this upside down again. Oh, man. Okay, sorry. I confuse easy. I told you. These are going to go on here. Like so. And like so. And this goes on the bottom ones. Like so. There we go. Now I got it. Holy crap, that was... The Barbie Zero isn't done yet. Are you crazy? Did I just screw up by not... Tell me I have two on the bottom there. I don't. So what I got to do is just replace the bottom rail with this one, because I had built that a little bit in advance. But this is looking the way it's supposed to look right now. Okay. Though this looks a little high up. Why does that look so high up? This piece, this linear rail looks like it's, let's go to the display, and I'll come to think of it. So yeah, this linear rail, the 1Z, these look a little bit high up, but I'm pretty sure that's where they told me to put them. I could be wrong. Anyways, let's just work on this for a minute here. Okay, there's the Y's going, snugging the Y's up a bit here. Okay. So it's looking a bit like a box frame. Bottom deck. Okay. Yeah, I think these linear rails, I think, have to be loosened and dropped down to hit this extrusion here. Can't slide it in later. No, I've got to switch this. I got to switch this bottom one for those nuts. Bottom deck. Oh, the bottom deck. Good point. Good point. Let me switch this rail before I forget. Okay. Let me just switch this rail out. It will be square. Don't worry. I know you're all probably just going, "Hey, what's he doing?" But I'll make it all square later. Okay, I'll switch this one out, and then we'll put the bottom deck, because we got to loosen the other two. Okay, there we go. There's that one. Okay, that's got the 4 M3 nuts in the bottom embedded like they needed. Okay, we'll snug this up just a bit for now. Thank you, Ballistic Tech, for letting me know the bottom deck. I likely would have forgotten that. Now, where did I put that bottom deck? It's here somewhere. Maybe that's it right here. Nope, that's not it. It's a thin piece. What I just dropped. Not a big deal. Where did I put that? Oh, it's right here. It still has the there it is. It still has the It's one of these. It still has the power supply mounted to it. Dang, okay. There it is right there. Okay. I've got to get... I have not removed these things yet. They're on there with VHB tape. Let's see if I can scrape this off. Oh, man. That stuff can be really, really, really hard to remove. But it's doable. I destroy my raceway, but speedway, raceway, whatever you call them, but that's okay. I got lots of that stuff. There we go. That's off. That is the bottom deck piece I'm looking for. Yes, it is. Because that's going to go in and around those two pieces in here. Yeah, okay. Now I got to get the power supply off. How much VHB tape did I use on it? We will see. Don't use the same bottom deck. Where do your belts? Oh man. Well then I need a new bottom deck. I see now, yeah. Okay. Or can I cut this one? Good point. The belts have to go somewhere. Let's go ahead and look at the Tri-Zero. Where are we? Yeah, I see what you mean. So we'll pop this open. I see exactly what you mean now. Maybe it's the other one. Hang on. Where's the one with the panels? That's not right. Oh, that's just the box zero. That's not the Tri-Zero. That's why. Let's open the Tri-Zero right here. Here we go. And if I put the panels back in. Where's my panels layer? Oh, come on. But I see exactly what you mean. We need gaps for the rear belts right there. And right there. Yeah. Man, okay, let's see if I can find that panel. Where's the panel layer here? Bed. I don't need the bed. I turned the panels off for some reason. Okay. Oh, I turned them off so I could see inside. But I just need to find the panel. Front skirt. No, we need the panels. Rear corner. Shaft. Huh. Let's just close these panels right there. Okay. Yeah, okay, there's the gap I need in the front of the panels. The back should be the same. The back is okay. But I need to cut and I can probably guess the size, but I definitely need to cut out the front panels there and there to allow for the belts. Okay, good call, Ballistic Tech. Thank you. So now let's just get rid of the frame, and let's get rid of the Z stuff. There we go. So there's the panel. Now let's go ahead and let's do a top view of this. Okay, let's do a top view. And we can get a good idea here. Let's use the measurement tool. If I measure from there to there, it looks like, oh, I didn't want to do that. Top. Okay, let's move over. Oh, move it over. I just want to get closer. There we go. So I want to measure from there, there. Okay, we'll go from there. Why isn't it going to give me, oh, I know what I got to do. Okay, bear with me. Let me clear that. Let me quickly draw let me edit the sketch. Let me do a new sketch right here. Let me move this up. Let me just quickly draw a line here, and let me quickly draw a line. We're going to finish that one. Let's escape that. And then I'll draw a line there, over there, and I'll finish the sketch. Now I should be able to measure there to there. So we're looking 20 millimeters, and there to there is 15 millimeters. Okay. Okay, so what I need to do is write that down, because my memory is going to suck. So I need to, we have this. Okay, so we need to cut 20 and 15 millimeters. Okay, so we need to cut 20 millimeters. I should be able to cut this stuff. We'll try. That way I don't, at least that way I don't have to buy a new piece. So I'm going to get the power supply off without breaking the piece. Holy Lord, this tape is stupid sticky. Let me try something here. There will be no blood. Oh, that's hard. Breaking blade. Okay. Let's get that blade out of there. Fishing line. I need some fishing line. Oh, man. Okay, let me see. What do I have? What else do I have here? I don't know. I do not want to damage this power supply, and I do not want to break this bottom piece. So we try again with a bigger blade. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's coming. Okay, I got the 1/2 off. See if I can just cod now. Usually you can twist to get the tape off. Whew. And this is just 2 little pieces. Well, not little pieces, but they're big enough. This was probably put on there without the intention, with the intention of never taking it off again. I'm gonna maybe do that with Velcro next time. I don't know. Okay, we're getting there. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Whew. That was not easy. But I'll still be able to, I should be able to hopefully cut this stuff relatively cleanly. Let's just get the old VHB off. Just got to check something, see if there's actually anybody still watching. Too many windows open. Oh, it's still 10 of you. Good. 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 Velcro doesn't know. I know. I can't use Velcro. It's going to have to be the same thing. Same idea. Okay. That's hard on the fingers. So for this tape, you basically, anybody ever has to remove, or if you've ever need to remove VHB, you just have to roll it. You have to roll it with your thumb. It's the easiest way to get it off, and it comes off perfectly clean, albeit probably blister your thumb up. But this, yeah, it just rolls easy. Well, I'm going to say easy, but you know, it's the cleanest way to get it off. I could use a scraper and scrape, but I'll scratch my piece. I don't want to do that. Ten people watching when you pried with that chisel. Yeah, that is good tape, Steve. Oh, this is really good VHB tape. This is the stuff. This isn't the stuff that came with the printer. This is stuff I brought from my sign business. Stuff that came with the printer would have been easier because it's narrower. But no, I had to go ahead and use an industrial strength VHB tape. Forgetting it. There we go. Almost. It's like a big piece of bubble gum. Whew, I'm not going to bother with that other one here. Actually, this one might scrape a little. This is the bottom where the electronics go, so you're not really ever going to see this portion. Okay, that's not bad. So now the goal here is to do a little cut. I don't know if I can cut it with my knife or if I'm going to need a Dremel, but let's just measure it out and see. I need a marker. Right here. I've got a white one. Good. Okay. So we need to go in 20 up. Is that going to work? Let's see. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. So we got to go up 15 millimeters. So from there, 15 millimeters up, 15 up, and then 20 millimeters across. Right there. So we're going to go about like that and like that. So that's, we got to cut off that much, ideally. 15 millimeters up. Okay. 20 across. Oh, I went way too far on that one. There. And there. So now let's just see if I can actually, if I score it a bunch of times, I may be better off grabbing the Dremel, but let's just see what happens here. I'm going to do it on this surface because I don't worry if my knife runs off. It's not, I don't want it to cut my bench. Dremel will melt it. Yeah, that's why I don't want to use the Dremel. The Dremel will cut it, but it will melt it. Ideally, I need a CNC machine to do this, but I don't have one yet. That's going to be hard to cut through with this knife. So I'm going to try the Dremel. Maybe if I do it on a slow enough speed, it'll work. Worst case scenario, I get another piece cut. Okay. That's not the Dremel. Same color case. Where's my Dremel? That's not the Dremel. I do have a Dremel. Dremel. Oh, I see it. I see it right in front of me. I just had to move the ketchup. Never seen a Ryobi Dremel. Me neither. Okay. Let's move this. Let's carefully select which cutting tool we'll use. I'll just use a standard cutting wheel. Okay. Where's my... There it is. That's not the one I want. Where is the actual... Where's my holder? I'll bet I just threw it back in the box randomly. Yeah, I did. Oh, I've already got a cutting wheel on it. Okay, so we'll try this cutting wheel. Okay, let's just see. And we'll go slow. Okay, see what I can do here. Yeah, I know. Those are those handy tools you have where, you know, it's nice to have them when you need them. Okay, actually, the other thing I'm going to do, because one more quick thing here. Let me get back here. Where is it? It's on one of these shelves. You know, I can never find things when I want them. Where did I put it? Maybe it's down here. No. I'm looking for my vise. Everybody has their own vise. Any advice for me? Oh, well, if I can't find my vise, I can't find my vise. I was going to put it in the vise, but that's okay. We'll man it. Okay, it's going to get loud if you have headphones. Headphone warning here. I'm not going to mute this. Here, I'll just give you guys a... Hang on. You may as well watch the entertainment. I have built-in safety goggles. Okay. It's not too bad. Did pretty good. I mean, I can live with that. It's not a fashion contest, but I can live with that. Just have to smooth it out a bit. Let me just unplug this guy. I need a little bit of alcohol. Not that kind. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to work. I don't even think I need to sand that. I think that's going to be perfect. That'll do it. Whew. Need a drink. How many people did I lose on that little journey? Oh, we still have 10 people watching. Awesome. Everything looks better with a little alcohol. True. Okay, so now I should be able to. Actually, let me just make sure I get all the. It didn't. Most of the dust went on the floor, which I'll vacuum after. But so I think we're pretty much okay with up here. Okay. So now I'm going to slide. Oh, didn't clean the bottom of this. Okay. I should be able to lift this up. Whoops. Don't you dare. If I just go like this, there we go. If I move this out of the way, should be able to slide this in. And bring this back in. just have to loosen these screws off a bit. Where's my thingadoober? There it is. Bring these up higher. So I get clearance for that. There we go. And there we go. Snug these a little bit, and then we're going to work on squaring. There we go. Okay, good. Good call, Ballistic Tech. Thank you for pointing that out. Now we have the openings for the belts. We're all good. We're definitely not square right now, but we're going to get there once we get everything settled. Let's get this tool out of the way so I can have my chair back. There we go. Good entertainment. I know I'm not giving any education. At least I'm giving you entertainment. Something's a little out of whack. That bottom shouldn't be that out of whack. I wonder if this piece of granite I bought so cheaply was cheap for a reason. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Okay. A few more screws in the ends here. That's entertainment. It sure is. No blood. How can you have an action movie with no blood? No. Power tool. I used a power tool and cut something and didn't bleed. I know, how boring, right? It's all right about the likes. You know, I live stream mostly to keep myself company. I definitely don't make a living doing this. And anybody that watches, I appreciate. You guys are all awesome. So that's okay. If I only have 3 likes, I won't take it personally. Okay, so now we need, let's see. Oh, you know what? There was 2 options. No, okay. Okay, there we go. I thought that was looked a little low. And that's why it was bouncing a little bit. There we go, because I had one of these. One of these guys was a little off kilter. There, now you're not off kilter, but we're going to square you up in a minute. This is where I'm going to start getting things all square. So we no longer have any wobble here. You're seeing 19 likes right now. Awesome. That's great. So what I'm going to do is I have this handy little guy here, which is an aluminum angle square. I'm going to ensure that. So we're going to loosen this one off. Actually, first of all, We're going to make sure the base is square here first. And we are good here. We're 90 degrees there. We'll snug that one up. Let's look over here. That is good. So we'll snug this one up. Now this one's going to be a little harder to check. Can't really check that because I got that in the way, but I can check on the outside. And that looks good. You watch. I'm going to get these all squared and snugged. And come on, find the hole. There it is. And then I'm going to find some missing nuts. And let's check this one. This one's good too. Handy little tool. Now we're going to square up this guy. And that looks good, but I'm going to loosen this. No, that could go in a hair. There we go. Right there. That one's good. Come on. And we'll do this side. Right there. Come on. Right there. Now you might be saying lay it down on the side, but the linear rail will interfere with that. So this is good right there. Okay, so far so good. Just going to check this. We are square to that rail. I'm pretty sure I have to lower these two other Z rails. I think I have to lower them right down so they're down on the extrusion. And we're just going to double check this one to make sure we're square to the rail. And we are perfectly square to the rail. Okay, so far so good. Now we just got the front, the back verticals to put on, but I'm going to double check to make sure there's nothing I'm missing as far as I'm going to make sure there's nothing I'm missing as far as inserts, nuts. So where's the instruction sheet? There it is. Okay, so we have come through this part here. We've got the nuts in the back. We're looking at the back. We've got nuts in the back, 3 and 3. We've got 1 in the middle in the back. Okay, we've put the, so now we're going to put the front D extrusions on. And then we're going to end up with a frame that looks like that. Okay, so I need to put these extrusions on. These are going to go here. And one more here. That is going to go that way. Now I've got to check with the box frame. Now I want to make sure because there's extra holes here and here. I'm pretty sure I got them on right because these holes are going to face the back. Now I'm pretty sure this is correct. And I'll know, but I don't know if I need any extra insert nuts here or anything like that. So if I just check out the box frame, if I come here, and check out the box Tri-Zero, box 0. Okay, that's doing with the AB motors. And that's to do with the skirts. So let's just go back and look at this then. Okay, let's turn on the Z stuff. Let's turn on the top hat. No, we don't want the top hat. Oh, this isn't the box 0. The box 0 is the other one. My bad. This is the box 0. So if we turn on the Z stuff, and if we turn on the gantry, we're probably, yeah, see, this is the one that has the, doesn't have the linear rails, right? So it looks like we have some attachments for the AB belts there. But those are all going to screw down to that. So yeah, this is where it's going to get interesting and fun as well. Okay. Okay, well, let's just finish attaching these. And at least we've got the frame built, which was a undertaking all on its own. It's taken us our 2 hours. And it's just because, you know, if I were Steve Builds building this, he'd probably be finished the build by now. A little more experience than me. Okay, so let's go ahead and double check the squareness of this now that the back's on. And that looks, oh yeah, that's good. I think this top one's not quite tight. There we go. Good. And we'll check the other side. That is spot on. So let's snug this up. Come on. Okay. That's good. And then to here. That's good. And then to here. That's good. I think we are pretty square on the frame. And that's pretty much the frame done. So I need to research and see. I think I need to lower my Z rails down to the bottom. I'm going to double check that on the Tri-Zero build. Actually, if I really quickly go look at the Tri-Zero here, the one that I stripped right down. Let's get the gantry back in. And let's get the electronics back in, and let's get what did I turn off that I'm missing? But I'm pretty sure if I could actually figure out what I'm missing that I turned off here, I'll be able to see the linear rails. Bear with me, Z stuff. No. Frame. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, it looks like, yeah, see the linear rails for the 2 extra Z's are actually down right onto the extrusion here. And then on the other side, they are right onto the extrusion there. Whoops. Yeah, so definitely, I definitely have to lower these Z rails. So let's just do that real quick now while I've got the while I've got it apart here. I need my smaller hex key. Oh, they weren't tight anyways. Okay, I knew I had to, because I hadn't had them tightened up anyway. So good. So we'll put our little guides on here. We'll lower that just to the bottom. Now I can tighten them. They weren't tightened to begin with. So obviously I knew I had to move them. Duh. Hey, Mark. You're just in time for me to almost be finished up. Come on. Find the slot. There we go. And then the bottom one. Okay, there we go. So that they can come off now because that'll sit in the bottom. And then I will just do this one. Yeah, they are loose. Good. Still loose. Okay. Okay. Okay, and the bottom one. I have a feeling this little hex key is almost stripped, I think. Maybe time to replace that. Okay. Okay. So there's our Z's in place. Oh, it's the black plastic piece wobbling. I was wondering, something doesn't feel like it's quite sitting flat, but it's the black piece wobbling. There we go. Yeah, we're good. Okay. There is the frame. Done. Like dinner. Okay. Well, it's a start. Now we got to figure out. We're gonna be putting on these really fancy top corners up here eventually, and we're going to be joining the top with these fancy dancy pieces or something along that line, I believe. But I've got to actually carve these a little bit because they're not quite fitting where they should. Hang on a minute. Or is that going that way? No. Why are those holes not going to line up? Oh, that goes like that and like that. I don't know how this goes. Anyways, we'll figure that out next time. I'm just confusing myself right now is all I'm doing. So, okay, everybody. Well, here, you want to see what came off the A1 here? It's kind of cool. Close up. That's the measuring tool that just finished printing on the A1. So I did that one in black, and where did I put the other one? I did another one in a different color as well. And that one's black with the white, and then I did this one with blue with a light blue. I like these tools. I use them a fair bit, and believe me, I'm going to need them to to sort out all these screws that I've been piling up here. So yeah, pretty cool. That little printer does a pretty freaking amazing job. But that's all for another video. So that's it. That's all. Okay, guys. As always, I've gone a little bit over time. I like to keep them around 2 hours, especially Sunday nights. Got to go to work the next day. So I want to thank everybody who is still watching. Looks like we have, let's see, looks like we have 13 people. Awesome. I appreciate you all sticking around. I appreciate everybody's participation, and I appreciate all the help, especially when I get stuck on stuff. So you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful evening and have a great week. And I may or may not be on next Sunday. Depends. We may be going for a drive down to Montana, but we'll see. Thank you, Death Cube. I appreciate that. So yeah, so we got a good head start now. We got the frame started. Now we just have to figure out the next steps as far as combining the box zero with the Tri-Zero, and we'll keep at it. Okay, everybody have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much, and stay healthy and be well. Bye for now.